So who else is going to run for president? Chris Christie? Scott Walker? Jeb Gagamagat Bush? While some have announced and some have merely launched exploratory committees, one thing is certain, there's going to be a lot of people vying for America's chief office. Will Congressman Louie Gohmert of the great state of Texas be one of those people? Well, he just happens to be joining me in studio, so let's ask him. Representative Gohmert, good to see you. What is this I hear about White House stuff in 2016? Are you breaking news here?
It's one of the problems with being sarcastic in Washington, D.C. People too often take you seriously. Look, since 1960, the Kennedy-Nixon debates, the line of demarcation has been there. From that point forward, television became the most important factor in getting elected president. That's also the line of demarcation. Before the Kennedy-Nixon debates, you could be bald and be president. After 1960, sorry. Bald guys are not going to get elected.
That's fashionable now, though. You know that, Congressman.
Oh, yeah, it's real fashionable, but you're still the bald guy in the room. So you don't have to be smart to be president, but you have to have hair. And Joe Biden knew that. That's why he had the transplant. Yeah, a couple of times. He got it. It looks good now,
well, bald is beautiful. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
It may be that some will debate that with you, but one thing that's not debatable, we're not going to elect a bald president in my lifetime. So anyway, I made a snarky response, and I had already told my communications director, this is what you respond when they email back and say, is he serious? And they never emailed back to say, is he serious? They just took off with the story, and it went wild. But no, I'm like you. I'm thrilled. We've got some real good people that are running for president, and that's a great thing. And what I thought about is we started looking at the people that are going to get in the race or already in the race.
Ted Cruz, Rand Paul.
Yes, and well, you know, like you're pointing to, you mentioned names, and there are others beyond that. Rick Perry's probably going to be in. But I thought about being at the 2012 Republican convention, and a Democrat, Bob Beckel, walks up. Mike Huckabee and I were sitting talking, and he said, made some snarky remarks himself, and then he said, you know, I've been to a lot of Republican conventions, watched them on television for decades, and I always took consolation in the fact that I never saw anything but white hairs, blue hairs, and no hairs. And he said, you guys have a bench.
That's
You've never had a bench before.
And these are young guys on this bench.
And as he pointed out, they're not only young, but they're diverse. Men, women, all stripes. You know, it is encouraging when you see the young people coming along that are getting the ideas that less government is better.
I know that you and Senator Cruz are friends, and you both share the same conservative principles. What do you make of Senator Paul getting in this mix? What does he bring to this primary?
I would say Rand Paul is a good friend as well. And in fact, I think I'm the only person that stayed with him all night when he did his filibuster.
I remember that.
And so, yeah, so I'm thrilled that Rand and Ted
was like the
are both
Avengers.
candidates.
That was like watching the Avengers politically for me. It was, because I saw all of these strong grassroots candidates that got up there and filibustered, and it was like watching that one scene where all the Avengers assemble for the first time in the street, and it was just like that.
And then you do have the villains that came in, and he lifted both feet off the floor. He's yielded the floor. No, I kept one toe on the floor. I didn't yield. You know.
But you're excited about this primary. We have a young bench. We have a diverse bench.
A smart bench.
A smart bench.
A very smart bench. That's really encouraging as well.
One of the things that I think that the Paul factor has always brought into Republican politics in particular is they show that liberty sells, and I think that they've made it a lot more popular to be way more limited government and grassroots. What do you think?
Oh, I think he's tapped into something very important, and that goes to the heart of where I'm encouraged, seeing young people, students that are going, wait a minute, that this more government thing hasn't worked. And I like the way Rand has reached out, because there are people who would normally, in days gone by, would say, well, why waste your time